work authorization or employment authorizations and the backlog that's existing. So if this is a video you think you may like, thumbs up, like, share it, do all that good stuff. But normally we do videos about immigration, criminal defense, business law, anything that can kind of help you if you're in any of those situations, right? So let me talk about today's video more specifically. So if a person is a foreigner and wants to work here in the USA, they need permission, right? So the way they're given permission is in the form of a little card. It's called an employment authorization document. We call it EAD just because it's easier. You'll also hear people call it work permit, different stuff, but it's called an EAD, employment authorization document. And that's just, it is. It's like an ID. It's a card. It's got your face on it. It's got your name on it, and it says you're allowed to work, and it says under what category you're allowed to work. And the category just means depending on what immigrant classification. You don't really need to worry too much about that. But if you are here as a, depending on what visa you're on or what type of work you're doing or how you got your work permit, they're going to have a different category, right? So the problem is this right now, there's a huge backlog, right? And here, let me just read you some statistics over here on the screen. So as of now, well, let me just explain the process. So what happens is when you apply for a work permit, first you have to have a reason why to apply for the permit. If you are here illegal, the government doesn't know you're here, you're not going to be able to get one. There's certain exceptions, right? But usually you have to have the government's kind of thumbs up to say, okay, yes, we give you permission to work here. So the thing is, it's paperwork, documents, we send it off, right, to USCIS. That's a government agency in charge of immigration. When I first started practicing, it took maybe about 3 to 4 months till we would get the work authorization. But now, depending on what category you're on, it can take, minimum 7 months. I've been seeing things taking maybe even over a year, right? And that's ridiculous, right? Because people are going to say, hey, why is this happening? Why is it taking so long? So over here, let me just read you a few of the statistics of what's going on, because there are huge processing delays with immigration right now, and everyone's upset. People are getting mad at me, their lawyers, saying, why is it taking so long? I get it, but here I'm just telling you what's going on, all right? So this is as of June. So right now, remember, we're in December. As of June, there were 1.3 million work permits that were pending, right? 1.3 million that were pending. And on top of that, 1.5 million, another 1.5 million of people who are waiting to get like an employment-based work permit, right? So kind of two different things, but all you need to know is that there's a huge backlog, right? And what does that mean? That means, hey, people aren't able to work. Companies, employers aren't able to hire people because somebody who they should be able to hire, they've hired in the past because they had a work permit, is saying, hey, my application's still pending, I don't have my work permit yet, and that's causing a huge problem. So the question would be, okay, well, what's causing this problem, right? Who can we point the finger to? Because somehow we always feel better when we point the finger to. So the Biden administration is pointing it at the Trump administration. They're saying, look, the Trump administration did a lot of financial money cuts to USCIS, which stands for United States Customs Immigration Service. USCIS is easier. That's the government, that's the agency who's in charge of immigration. Just like the IRS is in charge of taxes, USCIS is in charge of the immigration issuing it out. So the Biden administration is saying that the Trump administration cut a lot of funding, and because of that, processing times are low, they have less staff, and that's what's creating this backlog. Other people are saying Congress, because Congress has a numerical limit on how many visas they can give to certain type of people, right? So for example, truck drivers, right? We've been doing a lot of stuff on truck drivers or nurses, or, if you are coming to work here in the USA, you have to have permission, you have to apply. But if there's certain type of visas that they say, hey, we can only give X amount a year, right? So an example would be something called an H-2B. H-2B, they only give 66,000 out per year, right? So what if 67,000 people apply? That means 1,000 people are not going to get chosen and have to wait, or actually they're going to have to apply for the next term. But that's what happens. There's a numerical cap. So everyone here, the problem now they're saying is, look, processing is a huge problem. There's a lot of people who are just already submitted and they're just waiting, and there's nothing they can do about it. okay? So you're probably going to say, well, what's the point of this video, right? Are you just telling me this to bring me bad news? No. I'm telling you this so you can understand what's going on with your process, a family member's process, or somebody's process, because right now the situation is getting kind of slow. So there is a very cool link, and I will add this to the bottom of the description. It's a USCIS case processing status. So you can not look up your case specifically, but you can look up what type of application you submitted, and it'll tell you approximately how long it's taking, right? So that's very important. I'm not gonna say you can follow it every day and it's gonna change. No, it's not. It's usually, that chicken maybe once a month. But it just kind of gives you a little bit of idea. But that's where we're at right now. How is this gonna change? Hopefully they can give more money to USCIS. Hire more staff, be able to process this stuff quicker. But other than that, from what I'm reading right now, it looks like it's people just complaining about it, right? So hopefully they kind of free this up, because this will be great for all the people who want to work here, and the people who already have authorization to work here but are just still waiting on that card, okay? So I hope this video was helpful. If you know anybody in this situation, or if you need to renew a work permit, if you want to know if you're eligible for a work permit, feel free to give us a call. The phone number is right here on the screen, or you can make an appointment down there on the bottom of the screen. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now. I apologize for anyone if they're having to deal with these delays. I assure you it's... One second. Woo! I apologize. I assure you, it's not your lawyer, it's not your person who helped you do this, it's not you. There is just a huge processing backlog right now, okay? But I hope this video was helpful. If y'all have any questions, feel free to give me a call. I'm more than happy to help. My name's Charles Zavala. Phone number's on the screen. Schedule there. We have Facebook, YouTube, Google, Instagram, whatever you want. Feel free to schedule an appointment with me personally. I'm more than happy to help you, okay? Thank you and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.